27-yard line. That's a great call, too. Blaine Baker, Farmer will put it up, throws over the middle. Touchdown. Great play.
That's a way to Trapezoid. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored!
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get it! Wow!
Edwards pulls up and buries the flag.
Richardson tries, out for Robbie Bryant. What is up, my peeps? Welcome into a very late edition of Pitchfork Lunch. It's going to be a sprint here in Pitchfork Lunch, but hey, you know what? It happens. I am Michael Caratonito at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. Also, in which you can see the show live there. You can see the show live there. Also, you can on my IG, but welcome in. It is a happy Monday here on Pitchfork Lunch, as you guys all know. It is a Victory Monday. It is a Celebrate the Draft Monday. As yes, we all know, Camp Skattebo is headed to the New York Giants. I'm going to show you some plays on the way out. Xavier Guillory is a Raven. Lee Fontanu is a Lion. This is, again, just awesome. Yes, they were undrafted free agents, which is a bummer. Not Cam Skattebo. Obviously went in the fourth round of the Giants. Fourth round of the Giants. So late, though. So late, in my opinion. But, you know, what the hell do I know, right? You guys know Homer and all that. But anyway, so, yes, check out the show live on X, stars known as Twitter, at Diablo00, my IG, Michael.Caracino.5. Also, you can go to YouTube, subscribe, or watch live, and then also subscribe to my channel. As you can go to YouTube, like I said, watch it live again. Pitchfork Lunch all around the world, why not? But all you have to do, see my name, Michael Kirsten, it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, guys, and subscribe. Yes, because you want to be a Sun Devil. Anyway, but yeah, you've missed a ton of con reviews, coaches, players, insiders, voices, alum, all there. And again, well into season 2 now, and we're getting more this week, guys. We're going to have quite a few more conversations this week. But you can get all caught up. Go to YouTube again, watch live. Any that you've watched live, but you can binge watch. Start watching season 1. Like I've been telling you, start watching season 1, get through season 1, and then binge watch the rest of season 2, which you haven't seen yet. And then when season 3 starts, you will be all caught up. Storylines will be there. Connecting storylines will be there, and you will know what is up, my friends. So, again, at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. Also, don't forget about the greatest internet radio station on the web, the Casual Sports Radio Network. You can listen to the show live there. All you got to do, and those watching, you can let your friends know, but you can see you got to go to www.ksrnaz.com. Click listen live. All right, click listen live. Then the page pops up, click listen live, hit play, and then boom, Pitchfork Lunch Monday through Friday, 12 to 1 again. Is there for you. But yeah, I mean, so stoked Casual E invited us in to be a part of the fam for the Casual Sports Radio Network, and also like I said, he is, as you covered with everything. I mean, the Cardinals, obviously, solid draft for the Cardinals. No Cam Skattebo, but a solid draft for the Cardinals. With the Cardinals, again, he will have you covered when it comes to that. Also, don't forget that the Suns, Diamondbacks, and Mercury, he has you covered there as well too. So, yeah, think about it. Like you can be in the know, and again, he will totally hook you up when it comes to that. So yes, Casual Sports Radio Network, Sun Devil Nation, all over the World Wide Web, all over the world, as it should be, and especially, again, a very, very exciting weekend. Cam Skattebo gets drafted in the 4th round, like I said, by the wonderful New York Giants. Yep. The 3rd pick in the 4th round, 104 overall for number 4, right? Hello. And he goes to the Giants. And man, again, Giants fans are going to love him. I know we do as Sun Devil fans, right? But yes, so on the way out, we're going to see an awesome montage of Cam Skattebo plays. But inevitably, like I said, you're driving around, you want to listen. You know, you can't watch. Again, pay attention to the road. I get it. So yes, pay attention to the road, and logging on to KSRN. Again, www.ksrnaz.com. Stream it through your Bluetooth. Like I said, because you can listen while you're going to meet your friends for lunch, and then when you get there, you can watch or just keep listening. Either way, you will be all caught up in Sun Devil Nation, which is absolutely phenomenal. As I love to say, as you know, because Sun Devils are phenomenal, right? Right? We know this. Come on. Yes, but yeah, and then you're covered. But again, subscribe to their socials too. Like I said, when you're on the Casual Sports Radio Network website, subscribe to their socials, and you will be in the know. But yes, exciting weekend. Baseball, a program record weekend. Well, not the whole weekend, but a game. And it was absolutely insane. I posted a lot of it. We're going to hear from players that did this. But guys, 6 home runs in an inning, program record. Again, yes, hitting home runs in college, people are like, oh, it might be a little easier, you know, with the aluminum bats, yada, yada, yada. But still, 6 home runs in an inning, never done before, right? 8 home runs for a game, both program records at ASU, for ASU baseball, which, again, the history, the tradition, the players that have come through, some of the lineups are like, huh. I mean, 8 home runs in a game. But and every now and then, yes, we do see lopsided scores, right? We know this. But that being said, it was so phenomenal to be there. Again, I got there, I was like sliding in, you know, and it's the 2nd inning, and then all of a sudden, the home run fiesta begins, and I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. I mean, it was, like I said, insane. I mean, when I'm going to show you, and well, I'm going to tell you, but the thing is, the thing is it was just to see it, to get there a teeny bit late for it, but then to be entrenched in it, like absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. What they did. And I mean, you talk about, again, pitching, hitting, and you sweep BYU, like I talked about. They are now 14-7 overall, but yeah, 16-6 in 8 innings on Saturday, right? So check the 2nd inning out, my friend. So in the 1st inning, we get 2 home runs. Matt King homered, Kyle Walker scored. Weird. Matt King homered. And then Kian Vu homered, solo shot to center field. In the second inning, Isaiah Jackson homered to right field, solo shot. Then right behind him, back to back, Brody Briggs, pardon me, not Jason Biggs, Brody Briggs, he sends a jack out to right field just like Isaiah Jackson did. So back to back homers. Then Matt King, he was 1 for 1 with a home run. Well, in the second inning, he is now 2 for 2 with a home run. That is when I literally in the press box, sitting down, looking, getting my stuff out, watching, and Matt King is 2 for 2 for the night so far with a home run to right center, scoring Landon Harrison. So that is home run number 3 in the second inning. So we have Isaiah Jackson, Brody Briggs, then Matt King. Then Jacob Tobias says, you know what? I'm going to get in on this too. He hits a solo shot. So there's 4 home runs in the inning. Isaiah Jackson comes back up with the bases loaded and hits a grand slam. So he had a solo shot and a grand slam. So there's 5 home runs. And then Brody Briggs goes back to back again with him again for the 6th home run of the second inning. They go back to back both times as they bat around. So the insanity of hitting 6 home runs in one inning, but the insanity of going back to back and then the same 2 guys, 8 and 9 in the lineup, going back to back, absolutely insane. So, it was a very long inning, but yeah, ASU was up 3-0 after the first, and then they were up 13-0 after the second. BYU did get 1 run back in the second, and then they got they got 1 run back in the third, because that was in the second. So in the third, and then they got they got 4 runs in the third. Because here's the thing, and Easton Barrett started the game for the Devils, right, pitching. But you have a great first inning, and then he sat for over 35 minutes, guys. That's the crazy thing to me. As a pitcher, you get warmed up and you sit, and yes, you want your team to score runs, but he sat for 35 minutes. So nonetheless, but that's 6 home runs in the second inning. And then with the 2 home runs in the first. So that's 8 home runs in 2 innings, but 8 home runs in a game. Again, program record for the Devils. And for those of you Pitchfork Plungers that have followed this team and know the history, like I said, the players that have come through, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And it was just phenomenal to be at. Like I said, we'll hear from Willie Bloomquist and the guys that hit the fingers as well. So, but yes, that again, like I said, and they win 16-6. They run rule them, and the pitching, like I said, you feel bad for somebody like Easton Barrett who's been pitching good, and then 2 innings, you give up 5 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Jaden Alba comes in, and man, 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs that were both earned, but 6 Ks for this young man, no walks. Josh Butler came in, 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, it was earned, 3 Ks, 1 walk, and then Lucas Kelly came in, shut it down. The 1 inning, no hits, no runs, 1 strikeout, no walks, so 12 Ks to 3 walks. Again, another 4-to-1 ratio for this pitching staff, absolutely phenomenal. So big shout out there as they get the sweep. They're now 14-7 in conference play overall. Talk about conference standings in a minute. And how about softball finishing their regular season? They did drop 2 of 3 to number 11 Texas Tech. They lost 9-0 in 5 innings, and then they lost 3-0 on it's Friday. There was they had to play a doubleheader Saturday, by the way. I think I meant to put it out. I don't think I did, but yeah, they played a doubleheader on Saturday. So it was 9-0 in 5 innings, and the Devils lost 3-0. But then on Sunday, they turn around and they get the 7-3 win. Again, you don't want to drop 2 out of 3 to a ranked team your last weekend series, but they are now 34-18 overall, 14-10 in conference, 23-12 at home, and 11-6 away, my friends. I told Coach Bartlett and his team, and again, we'll get into numbers, but I'm going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to hear from the historic home run guys. We're going to talk about Camp Skattebo. So, yes, I will step aside real quick, and then when we get back, though, yes, we will dive into baseball because you have to hear from, Brody Briggs, Matt King, Isaiah Jackson, and Kean Vu. Just, again, phenomenal. So we'll step aside and have more Pitchfork Lunch coming right up.
KSRN has the inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean Conn.
Bird Gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending a message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority. Got a big painting project you've been putting...
KSRN has the inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird Gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly. Don't be dumb.
Sending a message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
Yes, for those of you listening on at KSRN, you are listening on the greatest internet radio station on the web. I'm Michael Carastanudo at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter, as you guys all know and love. See the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also see Pitchfork Lunch on my IG, Michael.Carastanudo.5, the YouTube at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, Season Champ 005, and yes, on listening on KSRN on the greatest internet radio station on the web, www.ksrnaz.com. So, hey, we're going to get right to it, guys. They played, again, record performance, 8 home runs in one game in 2 innings, and both Briggs and Jackson and Briggs went back-to-back twice. Insane, man. Just that is hitting the jackpot in a major way. But anyway, without further ado, here are the four of the guys that contributed to the 8 home run record-breaking game for the Devils.
Take me through your reaction to that. 2 home runs each.
I mean, I don't think that's ever been done in baseball. Like 8 and 9 hole, going back to back in the same inning. That was crazy. That was insanely fun inning. It's just fun to be a part of that energy and seeing all the boys do barrels, hit homers. That's just so fun.
How did just the entire lineup doing what they did just roll over and into the next person over and over? I mean, they say hitting is contagious, and it feels like you guys caught the flu with that.
I mean, yeah, 100%. I think hitting is just like watching guys lean back on balls, just get a lot of barrels. Like something about it is just you just know you can go up and do the same thing. So I think it's just the confidence across the board to just go up there and get a barrel, and it was happening well. So.
Just looking at this overall weekend, how much was this needed for you guys heading into the final month of the season with where you guys are at?
I think it's just going to give us the confidence to go into the next games, to go out whoever's across the field from us. Because I think when we were struggling, it was kind of playing not to lose instead of going at just to win a game and just win every inning. So I think playing all 9 as hard as we can, like it's the last inning, is what we're doing well. So.
Isaiah, for you and Kian, you guys are 2 of the only ones who've been here for 3 years now and have been very close, at this point in the season twice in a row. Is it even more, important for you guys that you lock in here and make sure that you potentially end your Sun Devil careers making the postseason, getting somewhere that you've been really close to getting the last 2 years?
100%.
I mean, I think my goal since I got here was to make a run at the postseason. So obviously we've fallen short in the last few years, and not by much. So to really, I mean, he said it best earlier on in the season. We were kind of playing defensive, not to lose, and so if we stay on the attack and we keep it rolling, we are a pretty dangerous late postseason team. So I mean, that's the momentum we're trying to carry with us, and I mean, I'm not too concerned with my time here. I guess I want to win, and so whether that be this year and next year, I mean, whatever's to come. I'm not looking that far into it, that far into the future. I just want to win, and I want to make a run, and I want to go to Omaha, and I mean, that's the dream.
This is like right about the time you guys got really hot last year and carried a lot of that momentum into your 2 postseason games. Is that something you thought about? Like, what could be if this team just keeps winning games and gets hot at the right time?
I mean, I think that all the guys that we need to be getting going right now are getting going. I think there's a couple guys that are still trying to fire that engine a little bit, but I think this team is so deep, and like our 15 guys that can come off the bench and get a knock, our deep bullpen guys that are just coming in, throwing strikes, striking out guys, getting outs. Like, we have every part of the puzzle that we need, every piece of the puzzle. And I think now that we're kind of completed that puzzle, we're kind of putting it all together, and now it's just time to go dominate the team across from us.
To piggyback off that, when you guys, as you're mentioning the pitching, but like when, I mean, obviously they've been pitching bullpen, like starters, bullpen all year long. But when you're playing complimentary baseball like that, how much more relaxing is that for all of you?
I mean, it's just a fun game. I mean, seeing on offense, just everybody catching barrels, getting hits, like seeing their numbers up on the board, it's just cool. Like, it's just like the fun part of the game. Makes you feel like a kid again, playing in the backyard and just watching your boys catch a barrel off somebody else. And then with the pitchers, it's just fun out there, especially for me in center, because I got a really good view of everything. Like, it's just fun, like watching Martinez go dominate, or Kelly just go .98, and I guess Carlone making people look dumb. It's just so fun to watch. So it's just fun baseball right now.
Nah, it feels like every time through the order, you and Kyle, whether that be Kyle getting on base and then you driving him in, or Kyle finding ways to get himself in scoring position, it feels like you two at the top of the lineup is almost an automatic run. And then on top of that, you're a great defensive group up the middle. Can you talk about that dynamic between the two of you guys, whether it be you make a double play one inning, the next inning he gets on base, and then you drive him in, just kind of the automatic on both sides between you guys?
Yeah, it just kind of feels like we're always picking each other up. Like, if he gets on base, I'm trying to hit him in. I told him the other day I'm trying to make him the most scored player in the Big 12 runs scored. I told him that the other day, and he was like, I'm going to get on for you. And you saw today, he picked me up on that throw I had to him. He dove out and tagged the base. So, yeah, I mean, the chemistry we have, we just clicked pretty early on in the fall, and we just built on that and carried on to the spring. So.
I asked Willie yesterday, I don't know that you guys know this, but he's had 4 middle infielders at each position in 4 years, especially at shortstop. The turnover rate's been pretty good, yet hasn't really affected the team defensively. Why have you guys clicked so well as 2 teammates who didn't really know each other and then came in and immediately started playing together in the middle infield positions?
I would just say the grind every day, all fall. I mean, we went through it. Yeah, I feel like just built off the fall, really. Every day we got out there, we're working for hours, and I guess we just built off that.
Are you feeling okay after rounding the bases there and taking a weird step a little bit?
Yeah, I just rolled my ankle a little bit. I was more scared than anything, because like I rolled it and I felt like the shock like went through my body. I was like, oh man. But then after I walked it off, it was fine.
Key and Willie talked about you kind of becoming a little more comfortable this weekend, working through that injury, running the bases a little bit more. I think it was your first stolen base maybe since the injury. How do you feel right now? Do you think it's starting to feel a little bit more like it was before the injury?
Yeah, it feels good. Still gets a little sore like after a long game like this, but I don't know. Once like the game gets going, adrenaline kind of takes over, and I feel like I don't really feel it at all. So yeah. I mean, it feels good. I'm ready to go.
What did y'all see from the opposing pitchers that allowed you to be so successful today?
On to that, we can pass it down.
It's the same thing every day. and just went our way today. I mean, it's the same thing. There wasn't anything that those guys didn't do that other guys are doing, and I mean, we just put it all together today, I think.
Yeah, I think our approach has kind of come a long way. We're trying to hit the ball as far as we can in the air, and so it clicked today, and it felt good to kind of get it rolling and see what we can do.
Brody, take me through your night tonight at the plate. Did you feel like anything in particular was clicking, or was it just the same old ground?
It's the same thing. I mean, I just try to have consistent at-bats when I get my chance, and today, I mean, it worked out. So, yeah, same thing.
Brody, to kind of top off that, we were kind of talking about how every guy on this team, when they're given the opportunity, they're able to make the most of it. Jack Ryan was a guy who hasn't played a ton this year, but then on Thursday goes out there and gets 2 hits and plays pretty well. Your guy who's kind of done the same thing this year, that when you're given the opportunity, you made the most of it. Can you kind of talk about that maybe, it's not, you're not starting every day, but at the same time you're going into it and you're competing the same way you would if you were?
I mean, yeah, that's. I think that's just the culture we built here. I mean, that's how it was with him last year, and that's how I think there's a lot of guys in their situation where it's like, okay, like you play 1 out of 3 games this week, like you gotta make the most of it. You know what I mean? You can't be upset about not playing and not go play. So, I think that's it. Just try to be consistent.
Now, you guys touched on this earlier, but obviously Kyle Walker's been great today. Actually extended his on-base streak to 33 games after getting off to a slow start. What has he meant to this team down the stretch?
I think being a leadoff guy, he's like just been that anchor of ain't scared of nobody. He's gonna go at somebody and he's gonna throw that first punch. And I think he's just a perfect leadoff hitter where like we know he's gonna go at him, and he usually gets a barrel every single time. So it's just like. It just feels good having him there, and then he holds it down in the middle of the infield too, making good plays with King. So,
Isaiah, did you volunteer to bring out the plaque for Paul, and what did he have to say to you?
No, actually, it was. I think he wanted it, or I'm not sure. One of the coaches. Yeah, he was a center fielder. That's what it was. One of the coaches came up to me. He was like, "Hey, you're gonna represent a jersey," and I was like, "All right, it's cool." So that was a pretty cool moment though to share with him.
For you, Isaiah or Keen, what has made this team so special compared to the past 2 years where you may have had a slow start but picked it up? But how has this team meshed so well, especially on the offense and with the pitching staff just playing off each other?
I mean, I think we recognize the talent that we have. I think it's top to bottom better the past 2 years, 100%. And then I think it's just a close-knit group. There's a lot of older guys playing this year than the last couple of years, so it's kind of just like those leaders. They've understand the game, they've played for a while, so that kind of has to do with it a lot, and it's the chemistry. It's really good.
Was it nice to get a couple of birthday knocks there for your dad?
Yeah, definitely. It was weird. Every time it's his birthday, we play on that day. I have a really good day, so it's pretty cool to get that from him. Good present.
I know it's obviously about winning, but in this tradition, you look around this program, but to have a program record, 6 home runs in 1 inning, and then 8 in 1 game. I mean, I know, yes, there's more season left, but just right now, what does it mean to you guys?
I think sick. I mean, like Vu said, we just try to hit the ball as far as we can in the air. I mean, it works. I think it's pretty cool. Like we have the capability to do that every day. So hit the ball deep. I like it.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, I got him on the mic drop question right there, right, guys? Because, again, but like I said, I mean, like the hitting and, and I think Isaiah Jackson, because he said it, I think last year, I'll go back and look, but I'm thinking last year on his dad's birthday, he hit a home run too. I'm going to find that out. But today he had 2. Saturday he had 2. They sweep BYU. They're 14-7 overall. And guys, again, like I said, this is just, this is just absolutely phenomenal. So when we look at the standings now, because again, after the weekend, they are now okay. So West Virginia swept their series because they were 13-3. Now they're 16-3. Kansas is 15-6. But then TCU is 14-7. and so are the Devils. But Devils took 2 or 3 from TCU. It's like, don't understand why they are listed below them in the standings. But again, let's see. Oh, well, TCU is 31-13 overall, and ASU is 28-16. So that's overall, but still, they conference has the same record and tiebreaker for the Big 12. I'm hoping. Well, again, they still have more baseball left, but again, 14-7 in conference, guys, tied for third. That team from down south, oh, so sad. They're 13-8. They are 13-8 overall. So, they are 13-8 overall, and I'm not. Well, I mean, you can tell I'm terribly sad about that, especially with the wonderful people I met last night. One kind of like my sister unfortunately went to that school down south, but now is at ASU, and it's saying how tough it is and it's challenging. Go figure. But nonetheless, but when you look at the records again, I mean, they are tied for third. Like I said, 14-7. School down south 13-8. You got K-State at 12-9. Cincinnati and Texas Tech at 10-11. Baylor is 9-12 now. So they're 9-12. Oklahoma State 7-11. Houston is 7-13. Both UCF and BYU are now 6-15. And then Utah's 5-16, in which the Devils swept them too. They swept BYU. So again, you want to be the better team, and games aren't played on paper, like I always tell you guys. But you got to beat those teams. And guess what? They swept both of those teams. So that is, again, absolutely awesome. And then, so yes, very, very stoked for them. We're going to hit more baseball tomorrow. We're going to hit more softball tomorrow, because on the way out, tribute to the man, forks up to Cam Skattebo, getting drafted again, 3rd pick in the 4th round. And look, dude, I thought he'd be a day 2 guy. I thought, well, because of running backs, the running backs that were there, but I thought he would be when I said to you guys, I thought late 2nd. I said, yes, he could be a 1st round pick, because look what he does on the tape. Like, the first guy does not bring him down. Trucking dudes. And you'll see on the video on the way out. But I'm so stoked. We're going to talk more about it tomorrow. I'm going to reach out to Xavier Guillory, who is headed to Baltimore as a undrafted free agent. And Lee Fontanu is headed to Detroit as an undrafted free agent. So again, so much more to get to tomorrow, but how to get baseball in. And we'll hear from Willie Bloomquist tomorrow as well too, as they get set for their 2-game series, as they were taking on Long Beach State. So they will play Long Beach State tomorrow at 6:30 at Muni, and then Wednesday I will be at Wednesday's game, live updates. I was going to snag somebody early for Wednesday's game. But anyway, nonetheless, Long Beach State up next for baseball in their midweek series. So that being said, we have all that, but we'll get to that. But on the way out, yes, I want to again, you are going to see a phenomenal video of the man who, again, the last 2 seasons, last year, again, you win, you get put on the map more, but he meant just as much to the team. He meant just as much to the team season before with all the injuries, because, I mean, guys, kidding around or not, joking or not, he was the punt, pass, and kick champ from the 3-9 team, and people say, well, they were 3-9. I mean, it wasn't a lack of the grind, the grit, and the work. And again, not he put it in. A guy like Lee Fontanu, who banged up, played all season last year, and down the stretch, banged up, but finish it out in the line, just as a mass unit as it was. But Skattebo did that, and then he just again had a conversation, because Coach Shillingham said, as of right now, it would be, you would be, have a shot, maybe as an undrafted free agent, to getting drafted. And I mean, Sun Devil Nation obviously just loved it. So forks up to him. Again, so stoked for all those guys. And, oh, yes, and by the way, the Friday night Fan Fest was phenomenal, and we'll get more into that tomorrow as well. But, I mean, it's just, again, so stoked for obviously Camp Skattebo coming here from Sacramento State. And by the way, speaking of Sacramento State, you see Jaden Rashada transferred now from Georgia to Sacramento State. So that could be actually, again, with what he's been through the last few seasons and where he's been at, who he's worked with, that could actually turn out to be very huge for him. But the huge thing is Camp Skattebo is a giant, and he gets to beat up on that team in Washington and that team in Philly. I can't wait for him to truck dudes constantly, but that's just me. So yes, I'm going to get out of here again. I will hit you guys tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. And yes, you know it because of the reigning Big 12 champion women's volleyball. It is #OurState. Yeah, it is #OurState. Will be. As it always will be. It is #OurState. And you guys know it. Have a most phenomenal rest of your Monday. But as always, forks up.
Really has been paying dividends early.
Here is Skattebo, and this is exactly what he does. How did he stay on balance there? Look at him go! Skattebo inside the 30.
Skattebo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
That, Joe, is that everybody's alive for the playoff as long as you're in contention to win your conference.
There's Mr. Contact Balance again. Look at Skattebo go. Tripped up just inside. Fourth down on the road. Passing on a 4th and 1. Skattebo's wide open. They've got it and much, much more. Foot race. Skattebo scores. Needed 1. First out of 10. Pressure off the edge. Skattebo going where the man vacated. He didn't go out of bounds. He's still going. Skattebo dragged down at the 4. Third down and 5. Levitt swings it to Skattebo. Skattebo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Another touchdown. And Skattebo out of the backfield again. He goes over 100 yards receiving, and he's got another touchdown. 1. Skattebo. Again a broken tackle, and he can walk in. Touchdown. Third of the first half for Cam Skattebo.
Grounded, it didn't happen.
So play on, same down and distance. Levitt gets away from pressure again. Sets his feet. He has Skattebo sliding inside the 10. Field. Skattebo bursts through the defense on his way. Will slide down. A heady play by the vet. Cam Skattebo nearly 1,400 yards, and this is how he's going to open up the Big 12 championship. As advertised. The line of scrimmage. Levitt moving the pocket. Backside pressure. Thrown out field. Who else? Skattebo. What do you say, Carl? Skattebo. What patience. He squeezes through. He slides by. Skattebo is free once again, and he won. And look at Skattebo breaks loose. First down on the edge of the red zone. It's Skattebo. Might get all 18 right here. Skattebo thunders ahead. And he is just short.
It's coming into this game. He's got 10 of them this afternoon. Skattebo again sheds tacklers, and then he's driven out of bounds, and he's not going to like that very much.
Arizona State. He gets the call again, cuts back, across midfield. Skattebo still going, and brought down.
Levitt. They set up the screen to Skattebo, got an alley down the sideline, stays on his feet.
Tried to delay it as long as possible.
So Levitt had to get it snapped quickly, and Skattebo breaking a tackle, now swerving away with a first down. First down, Cam Skattebo on their 46, and Cam Skattebo breaking free, trying to get the edge, broken tackle, first down Skattebo, and finally knocked out
about what people think about him, but man, does he play hard. Here he is again. He's worked on his speed, and another nasty stiff arm. Tacario Davis face to face.
End result was Skinner's first touchdown of the season. And here's Skattebo. He gets loose. He's got a first down and more. J.B. Brown makes the stop.
On fourth down. And the flag, guess who? Skattebo. Oh, and he trucks it. Yeah, nice tackle.
Behind him, second down and goal. They pitch it left side. Skattebo makes one miss, tap dances the final few steps. Touchdown, Arizona State.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
The 27-yard line. That's a great call, too. Blake Baker, Bubba will put it up, throws over the middle. Touchdown. Quick flag.
That's a way. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored.
From behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him. Wow.
Edwards